Okay, we're gonna do it on the library again, but this time around, I am going to go for the perfect circle. Oh. This is tough, because none of these characters do perfect circle. One of them does. He's just the one character I don't want, but we're going with it anyway. Good luck, Poe. We're going to the inlaid library. Time for my garlic to save the day. Oh, shit. Ow. This hurts. And we can go with the axe. It's not... Okay, it's a slightly imperfect circle, but it's fine. No, King Bible. Pentagram is tempting, actually. But we want to go King Bible. Oh shit, axe is candelabrador. Let's reboot this. We do not want candelabrador for this one. Oh, let's get my mouse out of here. Well, if you're just gonna hurt me, I might as well... Oh, okay. That worked. I don't pretend to understand how that didn't hurt me, but more garlic! Feast upon my garlic. My breath. Shoot. None of these are good. I have to actually reboot every time it gives me not perfect circle things. I can pick up a bunch of passives, but if it's only going to give me nothing but attack items, then I'm in trouble. Yes, there it is. A circular item. The Santa water. It drops nice round puddles all over. Look at them. They are beautiful. And they burn my foes. All I have to do is just lead them to the puddles. More Santa water. I once knew Saint Nicholas. And then I got into garlic and he left me. Then they started calling him Santa. I don't get that part. Alright. So Axe Evolved. So Axe Evolved is vaguely circular. The problem is I really do not actually want to grab. I mean, maybe I do. The candelabrador increases AoE size, which is actually something I don't want to do, I think. Yeah, it needs more pigeons so you can have circles circling you. Yeah, so I want both of the pigeons, the Bible, the Santa water, and I have to decide what the last weapon is that is circular. Maybe pentagram if it shows up. So why is it bad? It heavily reduces book DPS. The reason why the book's DPS goes down is because the circle at which it is spinning gets smaller by like a tremendous level, which means each book is moving slower, which means they're hitting less enemies per second, if that makes sense. Okay, do we go for the attract orb, or do we just go for another level of garlic? No, we want to grab the attract orb. We're gonna kind of need that because I'm gonna be hemmed in a lot. Do you mean bigger? Oh, yeah, yeah. But bigger means slower. Think of it this way. What is the part of a wheel that is spinning fastest? It's the part closest to the base of the wheel, just in terms of like how fast it's going around, kind of, sort of. Or no, you're right, the edge. I'm thinking of how I'm having a bad way of describing this. And maybe I'm wrong. Huh. Yeah, I haven't done physics in a while. And this is screwing with me. Because yeah, it's all the same speed, but it feels like it's faster on the center ring. And I'm trying to remember why this works. I mean, I think part of it is you just want the... Let's see. Depends on how the speed is defined. If it makes it equally many rotations per second, it won't make a difference. Actually, in terms of how many mobs it hits. Oh, right. Okay, I can describe this better. So, effectively, it's not a wheel, because the closer it is, the tighter it is going. Have you ever been, like, spinning in a chair, and then you bring your legs in and you spin faster? That's, I guess, what I'm trying to make the allusion to here. And just doing a piss poor job of it, because... my ability to explain physics dropped off maybe about 14 years ago. Yeah, the outside of the wheel is going, they're all rotating at the same speed, but it's not, this is not actually a wheel that we're talking about. This is, centrifugal force-ish. Okay, so we want the bracer. Hey, thank you, Shadow Wolf's Eye, for the sub. If the circle gets twice as big, the distance between books gets twice as big. However, the rotation stays the same, their speed will double. But I don't think the rotation stays the same. I'd have to look at it again. But it definitely looked like the tighter circle spun faster. Alright, now we've got both Pichones. Oh, interesting. They no longer meet at the top. Or maybe now they will. And I could be quite wrong on this. That this could be total hooey. And I've mostly just been convinced by bad YouTube comments. But you never know. It's the conservation of angular momentum, is what you were talking about. There we go. Yeah, somebody that actually knows this shit can explain it better than I can. And who knows? Maybe the game doesn't actually work that way. We will see. Okay, more garlic? More garlic. Seems like my best bet is to pump damage on garlic until we get the book? I'll have to think about it. Okay, pentagram? Pentagram. Which is kind of a negative. I know. We would need to get the clover if I'm gonna have the pentagram. And yes, I'm aware it just deleted a boss, and that's probably a bad thing. However, the pentagram is as circular as you can get, and is probably going to be kind of really helpful. Now all we need is the book. And also to not die. I'd consider the clock lancet, even if it's not circular. It is going in a circular pattern around me. But even then, what I need most is the book. Because the book is a nice circle around me. Just all circles, all the time. Okay. There's a specific reason why I'm getting the pentagram, and it's because its later levels do not delete power-ups. And so if I can get that and have a relatively short cooldown on it, it's gonna save my ass. Counterpoint, pentagram is a rectangle because of how it works on the whole screen. But the visual is a circle. Okay. Do we want the spellbinder? Yes, we do want the spellbinder. If and when we find the book, it's going to be what helps me. I'd hate to have to reboot this run now because it decides to give me garbage. I just need the book, man. All I need is the book, and then everything else kind of combos down. Because I think we only have one weapon evolution here, which is actually probably going to be a bad thing, but who knows? Well, all of these are good. Just can keep leveling the garlic, keep it up. Okay, good. Boss didn't get deleted. I'm actually going to grab this chest now, because we have only one weapon that can evolve. Yeah, I think it depends on how the game implements this circular motion. If pixels per frame, then bigger circle would mean less DPS. If degrees per frame, then radius won't matter. I guess we'll find out. The easiest way to tell would actually just be to see the DPS at the end. Oh, does the Holy Amulet also not? I guess we'll find out. Now, let's level this up. Oh, shit. I looked away for like 2 seconds, and then just insta-died. The old man does not live. That was a boss mob. That's my fault. I love this game. It's pretty fun. Unfortunately, it works against me a little bit to be streaming it because I will just totally look over and read what people are saying and then miss something terribly, terribly important. Well, at least we get the King Bible immediately this time. Okay. No. Guess I'm gonna grab Pumarola. I know it's bad. But what else am I gonna do about it? Like, Hollow Heart might be better too, but this character's got, like, Bupkis for HP. At least we've already got the one thing that I was looking for in that last run, so we have no idea if this is going to be better, but at least it's off to a decent start. I just need RNG to not screw me. Oh, you know what? We should play some Nova Drift tonight, maybe. Okay. As long as they don't push too much, we're good. Let's see. Just love this. I don't want to go Candelabrador. If it only gives me the option of a Candelabrador and an axe, that is what I will do. Yeah, there's the open beta for the Nova Drift update, which will be coming out in a couple of days. Yup. Yeah, I figured I'd dive in on Enemies 2.0 when I get the chance. Alright. The one that is useful is Bracer. We want to grab that so my books travel faster. Okay. We've already got Spellbinder. I could go Clock Lancet, but I really want to get the Pentagram up in here. Just because it feels very apropos for kind of what I'm trying to do. Clock Lancet is less so. This is kind of the same issue with the axe. It's like, yeah, it's kind of circular, but it's not full circular. Okay. Luckily, it seems to be giving me Garlic as kind of a filler. I'd like some more levels in book, but the book is not actually worth relying on this early. Pishon. There we go. And yeah, the axe isn't circular till evolved version. I mean, it's fine. It's fine if it's not circular immediately. I just want circular by the end. Full pigeon meta. That's what I'm trying to do, baby. We're going full pigeon. Full circular pigeons. Borbs. Nothing but borbs. My neighborhood has really adorable birds. I always love going out and just kind of seeing them flit around, because there's just like so many different types. Everybody's got like bird feeders and stuff so you can see them. Ebony wings, alright. So now we need... what again? What are the other... oh, we need the Santa water. We don't have that. Okay, gotta make sure the boss does not cook me. I have to pay attention to the 6 evolved run. That was fun to do. Yeah, just did one. It was incredibly solid. Keep maxing Garlic first. The one downside I'm seeing to the Garlic is it might not actually have the same range as the book. Because ideally, the way to make the Garlic decent would be to give it a shockingly large range. And the fact that the book is actually outside of the Garlic radius to some degree kind of exemplifies why the Garlic is a little iffy. The Candelabra works with the Garlic too. It does, but does it ever make it so that the Garlic radius is outside the book radius? Yeah, the garlic is hitting first now, and honestly is actually doing reasonably well. Ow. Let's see. I think I want the spinach just for the extra damage. Because garlic is not terrible once you've leveled it up and given it a couple of perks. Namely, cooldown reduction and just base damage. And we can just pick these up. And max, they're about the same. Alright. Next level of King Bibble. Well, we're not dead yet. But I guess we're only 5 minutes into the run, so I shouldn't expect too much for myself. Oop. And that does give me XP. Okay, good. Ugh. Clover? No, not really. Okay, Santa water. So all we need now is the pentagram. Oh, if you want to go pentagram, clover is nice. You're right, you're right, you're right. I'll remember to grab that next. I was weighing it because it's not a DPS boost. However, it is very valuable all the same. There we go. Grab this. I can't wait until they actually add evolutions for all of the weapons in the game. I think that's one of the biggest problems with Vampire Survivors at the moment, is that a number of these need evolutions. Do we want to grab a tracked orb? I think so, yes. And then we'll get Clover as the last. Because Duplicator would be nice, but it'll only get me 2 extra projectiles. Yeah, so let's grab a tracked orb just so I have a better chance of picking up everything as I go along. Because eventually I'm going to get horribly mobbed and it's going to be very difficult for me to move. I'm playing as Popeye. Was there like an old version of Popeye, like his dad? I know Poe does pick up things at a greater distance, but even then, I want to just be able to pick up everything in my immediate radius. Because immediate radius. I was gonna say immediate racist, and I'm like, what is? Where is my mouth going with this one? His name is Poppy. I am Poppy. Does Poppy also go bananas for spinach? I'm just gonna assume as such. I am here. Sometimes with these games, especially games that I've played a bunch, or it's kind of one of those where the gameplay, I want to say, doesn't matter. My brain starts shutting off and my commentary just kind of goes. Often, I've definitely had a couple of like small Freudian slips, and I don't want to say like I necessarily have bad intrusive thoughts. Like, I'm sure if I had an actual thing like Tourette's or whatever, I'd be in deep trouble, because every once in a while my brain's like, hey, what if you said something incredibly terrible right now? And I'm like, no. And, like, that's more common than I'd like it to be, and so it takes an amount of self-control. And there's some amount of me that's just very much like, oh, yeah, I shouldn't... I can't do that. I have to make sure that I'm always paying attention to generally what I'm saying, because if I go on full autopilot, my mouth might make a noise that I personally do not endorse. It's only ever happened like once or twice, and it's not bad, but I never know. Intrusive thoughts are hard to deal with. Sorry about that. I mean, I don't know. I'd say I'm good at managing them. It's easy when I'm just not around people. Just because a lot of the intrusive thoughts are like specifically directed to the people I'm around. Oh, that's a boss. Okay, cannot just hug that. Currently, I can hug most things and not have to worry too much, but still. We have a shocking amount of knockback, actually. These books are doing a good job of keeping them off of me. That's classic Tourette's. Except for I can't imagine that I actually, like, have it in the same degree that, like, most people would. So, like, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? And it's one of those where I don't want to say that I'm, like, afraid to find out, but it's just like, well, if I'm currently managing it, does it matter? Maybe it does. I do not know. Maybe also a spectrum. Could be. Wouldn't be surprised. But also, like, stay on the internet long enough and you start realizing that, like, man, maybe I have all sorts of these, like, weird neurological disorders. And amount of it is probably just, like, somewhat the human condition. Okay, so we're getting mobbed a little bit because these mummies are just tough enough that I can't clobber through them quickly. On the plus side, this is actually giving my pigeons the opportunity to do some proper work. Like, I've seen enough posts on social media from people that I'm, like, half convinced I've got low-level ADHD. And, like, maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I don't know. But judging by the information I've gleaned from, like, other people, yeah, maybe. And it bugs me a little bit because it's just like, but do I actually, or is it just kind of a convenient thing I'm making up for my own, no clover. On the flip side, let's go for the crown. Reason being, if we do manage to get the pentagram, we're going to be losing out on a chunk of EXP. But if I level faster, that's gonna balance it out. Let's go for the Pichones. At this point, they're probably fine. Maybe. But that, I think to some degree is a what I would probably consider to be a hopefully mostly normal person. Wow, we really do need those book upgrades, and we are not getting them. The pigeons are doing some work, though. Damn. I just got to get the pentagram, and then we're solid, I think. Because, yeah, the pigeons are actually, like, just shredding foes. We just need to be better surrounded, give or take. But as a person that is, like, I would say relatively normal, or at least, like, passing normal, without too many issues that I need to, like, really struggle with. I don't want to, like, overdiagnose myself, because there are people that have it, like, far worse than I do. And so it's easier for me to be like, I mean, this is the thing that I have to deal with, but I'm not going to be like, I've got this problem, you need to, you know, and I've got this problem and, like, lump myself in with people that I'm, like, not helping by acting in this manner. I don't know. Like, depression was always kind of one of those, like, I definitely have issues with, like, seasonal depression. It gets really bad around November. Then it's usually better. It's been freaking far worse with the pandemic, but, like, go figure. Like, I'd honestly be surprised if people aren't exhibiting some level of depression just after the last couple of years. And I'm sure a lot of people are better at coping than I am. For me, I feel locked in this house because I can't go outside. There's nowhere to go. We have to drive. And even then, if you drive, it's like just businesses. It's like, I wanna go climb mountains or something, but it's always rainy in the winter, which wouldn't be a problem if I could go out to somewhere inside, if this makes sense. There's a line between adapting and using it as an excuse can get really thin. Yeah. And so I think for me, it's not as important to, like, immediately diagnose these things, but it's kind of cathartic to talk about all the same. I am getting mobbed in a bad way. This is starting to hurt. Okay, next level of Ebony Wings? Yeah, we need both. I might not actually survive this purely on merit of limited DPS. We'll see. No, this is working a little bit better. I think it was just the floating objects was making life a little harder. But so, for like seasonal depression, always got sad in the fall, but you know, it only lasted for a couple of months. And even then it was kind of easy to just like put off. And so I never complained about it because I had friends that were like actively suicidal back in high school. And so it was always one of those just like, yeah, I mean, I got it too, but it's like, compared to these people, I am doing fine. I've always just kind of been in that position. It's like, well, I mean, compared to everybody else, I'm doing fine, so I might as well just kind of make do. And, you know, maybe someday I'll sit down and be like, yeah, it's time to just talk to a therapist for like a year and to see if I can fully sort myself out. But I'm doing relatively fine, so it's kind of like, eh. Well, we're almost doing well. The pigeons are not bad. You'd have to get them up to max level, but once you do, they're not bad. Okay, King Bibble. Oh, we're almost... Yeah, if I can get the Bible up to full maximum, I think we're good. So the one unfortunate part is we do not have all of the extra Bibles from like a duplicator and whatnot, which does hold this back a fair bit. Okay, bracer for more speed. Are we at 100% uptime on Bible, actually? We might be? Everyone will experience Call of the Void standard intrusive thoughts that go against your character. Yeah. I think it's the frequency of it where you start drawing the line on things. Because I know for me, it's like, some days I'm just nothing. And then other days it's just like, boy, wouldn't it be terrible to just like ruin your career? And it's like, no, I don't want to do that. Don't even think that thought. Or not, wouldn't it be terrible if you ruined your career? Wouldn't it be great if you ruined your career? And it's like, no, I don't want to do that. And even when I was like working some of my first jobs, it's like, yeah, what if you just quit on the spot right now? And it's like, I'm just drinking hot cocoa. Where is this coming from? It's more common that people realize due to the fact that people tend not to talk about these things. Yeah. Wow, is that the second level of spinach? I have not been leveling my spinach at all. Hey, but the bibble's up. Perfect. Intrusive thoughts never define you. But they can mess your life up a little bit. I was reading about the guy, no, I don't know if I want to get into this too much. Reading about people that just straight up make like a Freudian slip or a typo on the internet and have gotten, like fired over it. I mean, even so much as like, not even a Freudian slip, but, a deaf viewer from a couple years ago had left a comment on one of our videos asking if Michelle had said like a racist term, and she had said figures. But at the time, YouTube's auto transcription had made it sound like she had said something terribly racist. At least. Oh, bigger. Okay, not figures. I was close. But yeah, it's relatively close, and I'm not going to say the word because, you know, I don't want to end up on a soundboard for it or anything like that. But the auto transcription was just like, yeah, that's a bad word. It's like, hold up. And it's so easy for that kind of thing to just like pop up and become a thing. Oh yeah, we are full up on passives. I can go get the empty tome. I should go do that. I've just been kind of chilling and not thinking. I didn't realize they were maxed. Unfortunately, this is not a build that moves very fast. So we're gonna just have to weave. And maybe find some chandeliers so I don't die along the way. Or I guess I could just slow down a little bit. Because we're doing a decent job of keeping the enemies off. I think we have enough spellbinders that my books are permanent. Which is actually saving my ass tremendously here. Nope. There was a ghost hiding in there. Ah, the perfect circle. We needed pentagram. Yeah, the problem there was just... Honestly, I'd even go so far as to say the garlic straight up is not worth it. Like, we had it for pretty much the entire run, and it singularly did worse than every weapon, more or less. Like, obviously the Santa Water and the Ebony Wings were worse, but they weren't at max yet. And even then, I don't actually think the Pichon is that great. We'll see. Saving my ass dies. It's the perfect circle is a hard run to build. I don't think we're gonna be able to do it. It's just an early game boon, and then after that, it's like you really have to have something else carrying you. And so for the quote unquote perfect circle run, I don't know on that one. Let's try that again, but this time we're going to go for big circle, and we'll just have to deal with the the lightning ring being slightly, well, I mean, it is a circle. It's just not around me. I don't know. I'll give it a shot. We want big circle now.